let's get to, alrighty.
We talked. Yeah,
Good
we talked
news.
about a bit of this, right?
Yay for
Okay.
workers. Last week, actually,
Yep.
I believe Noli and I covered a story about REI workers walking out on the job and holding out. And this week, we got REI workers in New York City win a union. And this was in
I think we
Socialist,
also talked a bit about it.
I think maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Socialist Alternative,
Yep.
that is the organization Shama Sawant is a member of, and she's actually mentioned here. Okay. And they are joining the RWDSU, which is the organization that, of course, the Amazon wholesale workers also want to join. They voted
Right.
88 to 14. Oh, God. 1488, of course, it had to be. That's terrible, but that's a terrible coincidence. But it's a landslide victory won by workers, despite a massive union-busting campaign by the company. And it'll give confidence to other workers fighting to unionize, including Starbucks baristas. And we're going to talk about them in a minute. Right, so REI workers are fighting for a living wage, reliable hours, greater control over scheduling, stronger COVID and other safety policies, and an expansion of healthcare to cover more employees sooner. Okay. Shama Sawant's office and Socialist Alternative look forward to fighting alongside them when they begin their struggle, and Soho, when they begin to struggle to win these demands during their first contract negotiation. We also stand with REI workers in Seattle and other cities who are undoubtedly inspired by the Soho unionization victory and want to build upon it. So, looking at who is REI, they have $3 billion in annual revenue, and they force employees to work a full year without qualifying for health insurance. That's insane. That's insane. Even then, only to those who work 20 hours a week or more, and in one of the most expensive
Of course,
cities.
they aren't going to give you.
REI pays workers less than $19 an hour. So no health care and less than $19 an hour to live in a major city. That usually you require $30 an hour.
Ugh.
So yeah, none of this is new for the way the workers have been treated at REI. Again, 2016, they organized themselves as REI Workers for Real Change, and they fought for a union. And at the rally, they described the cutthroat corporate environment, homelessness, hunger, other precarious living situations not uncommon for employees of REI. And this is like high-end camping equipment for wealthy people, right? Isn't that what REI is?
Yep. Yes and no. Like, I mean, but yeah, like it's they actually have pretty good service about if you need stuff like that. You know, my mom's been environmental forever, and you need to be able to, like, if you're gonna be out in the field, you're gonna need stuff, like, and they tend to do a pretty good job of like, what do you actually need? All right, here's what you know, like they have some pretty knowledgeable people that work there, you know.
I mean, this is amazing. Their chief diversity officer began with a land acknowledgement to the Ohlone tribe before launching into an anti-union propaganda offensive. This is a perfect example of how woke capitalists and their political representatives will give lip service to progressive values and at the same time launch attacks on working people. Okay, again, talking about how workers at Starbucks also facing brutal anti-union campaign, and all over there's been anti-union campaigns because they cost companies money. And companies, there's been a struggle between unions and the workers and the owners for quite a while now. We stand in full solidarity with the workers because we are workers. Hey, how about that? Because we're not billionaires.
Yeah.
So we should stand with the workers because in the end, that benefits all of us.
As long as you're not Bernie, don't stand with those anymore.
No, because Bernie has definitely been the strike buster lately. So, like I said, we were talking about Starbucks union. Another Starbucks union won outside of Buffalo. There is now a Starbucks union in Mesa, Arizona. So now it's starting to happen. You're starting to see some momentum happening. All right. Labor Notes covers Saurav, Sarkar. I believe there's a Trump thing where they played him backwards and he's just Sarkar, and it's just funny. But anyway, so
for my family,
maybe Starbucks Workers United, all right, won its third store election in February 28 in Mesa, 25-3, with 3 additional contested ballots despite heavy anti-union pressure from the company and in a state with only 5.4% union density. This is all good news. All right, all right, the Mesa store at Powerline and Baseline Roads became the first U.S. company-run store outside Buffalo to be unionized in the recent organizing wave. All right, now 3 for 4 in the elections held so far for Starbucks Workers United, and workers at more than 110 locations have filed or announced their intention to unionize as well. And even a Canadian Starbucks filed to unionize separately with the Steelworkers Union in January. So again, this is all
Nice.
Great stuff. But in Mesa, the company's retaliation against a cancer-afflicted manager drove workers into the arms of SWU and Workers United, SEIU affiliated, the SEIU affiliate that's been supporting these union drives nationwide. I mean, 29-year-old manager had been diagnosed with leukemia. She requested paid leave, which she was denied. Asked for an assistant manager to help at the store, which was also denied. She wanted to be able to help make medical appointments, take care of herself as she coped with both the diagnosis and the illness. Starbucks made how much money last quarter? And I'm sure they're going to get into exactly what kind of earnings this company made, but again,
$1 billion.
oh, it was more than $1 billion even. Here we go. $816 million from roughly October through January. That's 3 months worth, and expanded by 484 stores in the quarter.
I was pretty close at 1 billion.
It's
pretty close.
It's actually 2.4 billion or 3.2 billion.
2.4. What?
Quarterly.
How does math work?
That's quarterly. That's
I was talking about quarterly.
Right. Okay, but listen to this. She called in at 3 in the morning. She was too sick to work. DM didn't pick up her phone. Store was already short-staffed. And they ended up firing her, citing an open investigation. Unreal.
Ugh.
What the fuck?
So all of this inspired the other employees to get together and unionize. As I said, if that can be done to her, that can be done to all of us. Okay. By November 16th, just 4 days after Harrison had collapsed, the workers had enough cards to file for a union authorization election. They raised $30,000 through crowdfunding to support her, the uninsured and cancer-stricken whistleblower, in a striking display of reciprocal solidarity. Say that 5 times fast.
Okay. What was it?
Reciprocal solidarity.
Reciprocal solidarity. Yep. That's reciprocal solidarity.
Okay, we know about the Memphis store. That's in Martin Luther King. Where Martin Luther King was shot. They fired 7 unionizing workers, and we know about some of the stuff that they've done to try to break these unions. But people who sit behind a computer do not know how to make a latte. They don't know how to clean a toilet, and we need to have a say, 100%. So this is great. Also, look at this. Anti-Semitism on top of everything.
Oh, fun.
Right? Because she had a swastika painted on her house and the mezuzah torn off her front door.
Oh, not the mezuzah.
Dude, I've got one in every doorway.
That's fucked up.
That leads my house into my kids' doorways, to the bedrooms. District manager suggested that she try to understand where the person who did it was coming from. Hate speech.
What's the mezuzah again? It's like a little candle thing.
No, it's a little Torah that's screwed to the side of the doorpost.
That makes sense.
I mean, I'm Christian. Even I find it off-putting to have her reading a Christian story at the holiday meeting, which is weird. Stalling intimidation tactics, as we are used to, right?
Yeah.
Where she was diagnosed with cancer, Starbucks wouldn't add a single assistant manager to help the workers in Mesa. Now it added 3, and that was the one in Alabama, where they Oh
Like,
no,
yeah,
that's
we
in
need-
Mesa. Oh, look at that. The company, and this is something that we reported on a couple weeks ago. They start flooding the store with management. Why?
Yep.
They put too many managers and not enough workers. Yeah, we call them babysitters. We're not allowed to be there without them. Right? They're held
Yep.
into captive group meetings, and they're being told that they want them to vote no, and it's really weird.
They're not allowed to do, right? That's
Oh, it's
illegal,
totally
yes?
strike. Yeah, it's union busting. 100%. It's violation of NLRB practices and national law, worker law. So again, the day the Mesa workers filed their cards with the NLRB, they met over Zoom with Carl Cochran, who told them what union busting tactics to expect. Starbucks uses the same playbook everywhere, and we know the ins and outs of it. It's really fulfilling to be able to help other stores. So what are they doing, right? Night workers may never talk to day workers before that. Now they're all in the same group chat. They're all going out for food and attending parties together. Discord, Telegram, Twitter, incredibly effective.
Yep.
Again, next up, Seattle and Boston. So
Yeah.
some good news. And here, check out, tinyurl.com/Starbucks Solidarity, and you can hook up with the workers. And let me drop this into chat. It's a Google Doc that shows how you can help out the workers.